Started from the top. Hey, Miss Vicky.
Hey.
You look cute. You look cute. I love the hoops and I love the fit right now. You looking fancy.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thanks. I have to do a little makeup,
Do some slight, even in quarantine, you gotta be out here stunting, looking cute or whatever.
Oh man, you know how that goes.
How's your day been?
It's been good. It's been good. I've been keeping busy. I'm trying to come up with all my strategies for my album because it's about to be finished. So I'm super excited.
That's exciting. I know like 2 days ago, you just had a project. Regret It, right?
No, I just released What I Need.
Mm-hmm.
But a couple days ago, I just released a sneak peek of my newest single.
Okay. When does that one drop?
That one, I believe, we're dropping it April 30th.
Oh, okay. Nice. That was with Marty Obey, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I saw a little clip of it. What inspired you with that song? It was kind of more like upbeat.
Yeah, and it's funny because that's one of my favorite songs actually. So Regret It is just, it can go any direction. It's just a point of like your worth. It's how you see yourself, and when you see yourself like so far ahead, and there are people that you're with but don't support you in that right dynamic, it's gonna make them regret it.
I like that. When you have your glow up, you want them to regret it. You feel me?
Exactly. And it could also go in relationships too. It can go in either direction.
Yeah, I love that a lot. How would you describe your fashion sense? Because right here, like I was kind of like peeping your page out. I like how you're bold. You're really out there. Like you're out there with your hair. You're always changing it up. Like I can see like you kind of have like that Bay Area swag where you kind of like have that urban feel, but also like right now you're like super classy. I love it. Like the hoops, and then I love like the blouse. It's super cute.
Thank you. Yeah, honestly, I think my fashion, you can just describe it as just different. I like being colorful.
Yeah.
I just want to pop out.
Yeah.
I'd probably say very street urban with a hint of rainbow.
I like that. I know, with the purple hair. I don't know how you do it, girl. I don't know. I'm like, I could not dye my hair, but like you rock it. You make it look good.
Oh, thank you, man. Honestly, as much as I love my purple hair too, there's moments where I'm like, I miss my natural color, but I honestly really enjoy my purple hair that so much. That's why, as much as I'm like, I miss my natural hair color, I'm also like, no, I like my purple. I think I'm gonna keep it.
I like it. I like it a lot. So I know that you're from the Bay Area, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So can you tell me a little bit like your upbringing and like how you kind of like stand out when it comes to your music as well? Like how you would describe, like, does the Bay Area inspire your music, or does it kind of like make you want to like go into a different direction and be completely different?
So I was, I'm born and raised in San Francisco. And I grew up with the hyphy movement, so that was just a really big thing. So because of that, it's just always something that I've always enjoyed. So when it came to creating my music, I enjoyed that hypey energy type of vibe, but I also wanted to give it a different twist to it, which is pop music. I love pop music, top 40. It's just always been something that I've listened to since I was little.
Yeah.
So when I incorporate, I just, I want to make it to where it's different, where you get to see both sides of me, which is like what I grew up to and just who I am as a person, and that's why I decided to create the genre hyphy pop. I want to make it something different where, I want to go into that pop lane, that top 40 pop lane, but I'm also going to incorporate that hyphy energy, So when you hear some of my music, you're like, when people ask, they're like, what's hyphy pop? And I'm like, hyphy, I just give it as the initial like energy of the music, but pop is just top 40, so when they finally get to hear some of my songs, they're like, okay, now I see it. Now I see what you're talking about.
It makes sense. You're like, I created it. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? No.
But no, okay, I know that you got Latin in you. So what exactly is like your ethnicity?
I
I'm
am
Puerto Rican.
Guatemalan. Oh, nice. Okay, okay.
Okay, good.
I'm Guatemalan and Belizean.
I love that. So does that kind of inspire your music as well, or do you kind of like add a little bit of that flair within it?
Yes. So honestly, I've been wanting to incorporate more Latin music as well. I was actually born speaking Spanish. That was actually my first language.
Nice.
So I got to, read, write, speak, and then, going into kindergarten, then I went into speaking English. So, I just want to really incorporate my roots more, so, and a lot of people are always like, dude, you need to speak Spanish more. You need to go into your Spanish lane. I was like, yeah, you know what? You're right. I love Spanish music.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I definitely feel like you should do that because it'll help you, be diverse. And you also definitely can relate to that community, the Latin community, and you have that support from them as well. So I feel like you would definitely be able to rock that. That would be awesome once you do that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And it's exciting because I actually do have a Spanish song in my album as well. So, that's why I'm so excited, because it's like I'm bringing so much into this that I'm like, I'm finally getting to be able to put this project out that I've been waiting years to do. But, I'm so happy that I waited till now to, drop it.
That's awesome. And too, like you said, like sometimes it takes time to like really navigate how you want your sound to be and like what areas of your music you want to like go in. And like, I know, I remember seeing you at the Gager event. Are you still with them? Yeah. And we took like pictures together. Yeah. It was so dope seeing you there.
Yeah. No, I'm actually not with them anymore. I was signed to them for about 2 years.
Cool.
And they were amazing. They definitely helped me out in so many ways, so I'm so thankful for them. And then after my 2 years, I thought, let me spread my wings, and let me see, let me try and do it independently, and just see how this goes.
Nice. Okay, so you're not signed to an agency right now or anything, you're just independent?
Yeah, I'm independent right now.
Dope. That's awesome. Okay, how do you manage being independent versus being signed to somebody? Like, what would be the difference between that?
I think the biggest thing is just having control over what you want to do. When you want to release music, and instead of having to, not saying that it's a bad thing, but whenever, if I feel like wanting to release a song, I don't have to talk to anybody else and say, hey, I want to release it, and then give them the info, and then have it go through the process, when I can initially just do it myself. You know what I mean? Like, if I feel like saying I want to drop a song next week or something, like, I can do so.
Yeah, exactly.
It's it's just the little things like that kind of, feel freedom, like to just want to do whatever you want, in a sense. But it can bite you in the ass sometimes too.
No, definitely. When you're trying to manage everything and be on your own, like, I feel like you said, you have that nice free will to like create what kind of music you want, drop it when you want to, even with like the creative concepts, how you want it to go and how you want it to flow. But managing like the whole business aspect of it could probably be difficult as well. And I know you're a mom too. So how do you manage music and then time with your babies? How does that work? Like, what's your daily routine as well?
Honestly, wake up in the morning. My daughter she's in first grade right now. And my son is actually going to start kindergarten in the fall. So it's going to be a little bit easier because now they'll both be in school. But like, for example, with the whole COVID situation, with the in-house learning, I pretty much just kind of get the kids prepped, and that time as they're there, it gives me time to get myself ready and mentally prep myself for what I'm going to, like, what I have to do in the day. I think one of the biggest thing is that my fiance is in my corner. So whenever I have things that I have to take care of music wise, he's there to help me with the kids. So if there's moments where I'm like, okay, I need about maybe 2 hours to, rehearse my songs, or write some music, or go on social media and be active, or do a photo shoot or something, he's there to take care of them. And then there's moments where, if I'm doing some rehearsals, my kids love watching me rehearse and they want to be a part of it as well. So we kind of make it like a karaoke type of style thing. So like I'll rehearse a couple songs and then I'll be like, okay, now it's my daughter's turn, and then we'll just probably we'll go on YouTube and we'll do like one of her favorite songs and she'll do like a karaoke of it. And then, my son will do the same thing, so it's just, we try to, as much as like I try to take time, for myself to make sure I'm concentrating, I also want to incorporate having them around as well. Yeah. Because it's just, I want them to be a part of it. I want them to see what I'm doing. And, I want to teach them that you can chase your dreams, and be successful at it. You just got to practice and keep going and keep pushing,
Yeah. I love that you incorporate like what you do on a day-to-day basis when it comes to your music with your kids as well. And like also, through this whole pandemic, do you feel like it actually helped you kind of balance it as well, spending time with your kids while doing that? And then also too, outside of music, do you have any other passions that you like love to do or like hobbies?
Yeah, so I feel like with the pandemic, it definitely has balanced me on, schedule, like definitely schedule wise. Yes.
Tell me about it, girl. My sleep schedule.
Man, it's like, I know it's crazy, but I've definitely felt more of a balance.
Yeah, that's good.
With everything. But, honestly, outside of music, I love to dance. I've been dancing for over 20 years now. And I actually started dancing before I got into my music career. Every now and then, I mean, even though things aren't really open and the studios aren't open, I've been dancing for 20 years. I was a choreographer for about 6-7 years.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome.
Yeah. So, every now and then, if I'm like, I don't feel like singing, I'll be like, I need to move, I need to dance, and I'll just try and incorporate. And it helps because then I end up trying to incorporate some dances with my songs, so if once I'm ready to perform, I can add that in there, and things like that.
That's so dope. I'm a dancer too as well. And that's so dope you said that, because I was peeping your page and I saw your little TikTok videos and I was like, I wonder if she has prior dance experience, because I saw you were busting some moves. During quarantine, did you kind of like get into TikTok and started like doing more like dance routines on there?
Yes, I would. Honestly, if it wasn't for quarantine, I probably would have never gone on TikTok like that.
Yeah, I know. But as far as like dancing as well, since you said you've been dancing like for 20 years, does that like come to play within like your creative process too? Like when it comes to like even creating music or like coming up with like concepts for your video, does dancing help you kind of like get that out of you?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, yeah.
And that's something that's I always feel like, as a dancer, it's always going to be a part of you. Like, even if you stop dancing for years, you're always going to know those little steps. You're going to, if you did tap, did you do tap?
Yeah, I did tap as well in ballet.
Oh, okay. So, like you always remember your shuffles, you remember your riffles, like things like that. So it's just something that it'll always be there, like, so and I'd love to, and that's something that I've always wanted to incorporate in my music. So I'm like, I can't go without it.
That's so, I love that. Like you can even choreograph your own routine within your own dance, video.
Yeah.
Our music video as well. And too, I wanted to talk about Play Too Much. Love that song. Love that video. Super catchy. I know Derek was featured in it. What inspired you with that video?
With the video?
With the video and song.
So the song Play Too Much is about obviously relationships, and I think I can speak for a lot of people when we're in, when we don't want to play around, if you know what you want, speak upon it, be open. And if it's, if you guys can agree to terms, or if you guys can agree that it's whatever it's going to be, but it's like more of a, don't play with my emotions, when I'm trying to be here and show you this. So that's kind of how the idea of the song came on. So when we were thinking about the video, I kind of wanted to make it as a way to, because quarantine is happening. First off, I wanted to incorporate that in there where, I'm trying to be here, quarantine and chill with my boo, you know what I'm saying? But, he wants to go play around, so we wanted to throw in him being on a date with somebody else. But, while he's on a date, he just keeps thinking about me, and that's where we incorporate the switch of of me being sitting there with him to the next moment somebody else is sitting with him, and at the end, I end up popping up at the venue, and he sees me and he's trying to walk to where I'm going because he's like, hold on, what? And then from there, I actually wanted to incorporate it into the next video, which is After Hours, featuring Baby Gas. So that one, so then once I release that, you'll be able to see the same dress that I had walking into the venue.
Oh, when you go like behind this. Oh yeah, when you go into the venue and like the security guard was there.
Yes, yeah. So what I'm doing there is I'm walking into an After Hours event.
Oh, okay,
and,
nice.
And then that's when it leads into the next video and the next song. Yeah.
Awesome. That's so dope. And then how long have you been like writing music? Like, have you been writing music since you were young, or did you recently like get into it?
I've been writing music since about middle school, since I was in middle school. And then I was just like in this, big phase of writing. And then I kind of stopped for a while. And then I kind of got back into it when I met my fiance. He was a big writer. So he was like constantly writing music, and it kind of inspired me to do it some more. I feel like I'm not as inspired as I used to be back in middle school, but I'm glad that I have him, to help me when it comes to writing and stuff. Cause sometimes I feel like I'm not the best writer, but it always takes multiple people to create a good song,
Yeah. And exactly too, like having him as well, like kind of like getting that out of you and like inspiring you and also like supporting you when it comes to your writing and just your music in general can help you out a lot too. So you always need, people there to like pull out the best out of you,
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So since quarantine, have you been watching any shows, Netflixing and chilling, binge watching?
Oh my God. There's no tomorrow.
Me too, girl. Like I've been binge watching. Have you seen Selena?
Yes.
I did. Okay, I want to hear your review on it. How do you feel about it?
I don't know. I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle about that because like I like the dynamic of, initially I don't really know who she is as a person. So this is from her family's perspective, and I get it. I thought it was cool because you really get to see a different side of her that you don't get to see in the movie.
That is true.
But what I didn't like was the way they perceived her husband.
Oh, okay.
Because then I kind of started reading. I started digging into it more. Like I was reading on it and like what's behind the scenes of everything. And they didn't really approve of him. Of her marrying him. But I was just kind of like, you guys made him look just like a horrible person, and it's not fair. And he even I think in an interview he also said that they didn't even really give him an opportunity to like voice his opinion and voice his side of the story, because then I also heard that he was trying to create another like series or a movie about her, but then I think the family sued him because they didn't want him to do it. So I was like, why are you, that's mean. Like,
I didn't know that. I feel like it's like, you're right. You have a point. It's like, they didn't even get the perspective that at the end of the day, maybe they didn't like him, but that was somebody that their daughter like was in love with and dear to her. So it's like, you want to make sure you get all perspectives and you want to honor her at the end of the day.
Right. Because then you got to think about it. Would she have like that? Would she approve of you guys treating him that way?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. Any other shows?
Yeah, there's a lot. I love the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
I haven't
That's a
seen
good
that.
one to watch. That's a really good one. Sabrina the Teenage Witch. It's like a whole like.
Oh yes. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I really, really like that show. I've also watched Good Girls.
Ooh, Good Girls. Okay.
That's a good one. Where
You're
the
giving me
like
ideas what I need to watch after this.
yeah, no, it's so good. But this one's crazy because it's like three moms that are like, they're trying to get by through life, and then they end up robbing this grocery store. But then what happens is when they rob the grocery store, they don't realize that the manager that was running the grocery store was actually laundering money from a cartel. So then, they get involved in that, and then this whole spiel happens. It's crazy. It's a really good show to watch too, though.
No, I need to watch it for sure.
Yeah, but there's so many.
Dude, there's so many, and I feel like there's so many like movies on Netflix too. Like they'll have low budget movies, but they'll be like interesting sometimes, and you're just like, oh my gosh, let me click it. I need to watch it.
Yeah.
When I have the time to.
Right.
But yeah, any upcoming events in the near future? I know things are slowly like picking back up. Hopefully that we're gonna like have more events coming up. But do you have any projects planned? Performances?
So I'm dropping my single, and I'm also gonna drop my album in May. So I'm super excited. And then honestly, I think after I drop my album, I actually kind of want to do a nice West Coast tour, where I go up from like Washington and just come all the way down to San Diego, and just go to different venues and, perform.
That'd be so dope. What's your like prep before you perform? Like, do you have like a routine you do before you get on stage, or like the day before you have a performance? Is there any like specific things you do to get like in the zone?
Probably like 2 shots of
Tequila?
something, probably more than likely, just to take
Hey,
those
you
jitters
like
out.
tequila? That's my
Just
girl. I like tequila too.
Oh yeah, tequila.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah. Real quick, just to kind of take those jitters out. And I think just rehearsing as well. I like to rehearse a couple hours prior to. And I think it's just more of like surrounding myself with good energy, and just kind of mentally, preparing myself. I like to play my music in my headphones and really just kind of get in the zone of like what I'm gonna do, and pray to God that I don't fuck up.
Oh my God, girl, no, you got it. Is there a specific like artist you listen to, like, or you're like your favorite song before you like prep? Like, who would you say is your favorite artist right now you listen to?
Oh, right now, who have I been listening to? Honestly, to be honest, I feel like I haven't really listened to anybody recently, just because I've been listening to my own music. But if there's an artist, there's a couple artists that I actually listen to a lot, which is The Weeknd. First and foremost, I love The Weeknd. Dua Lipa, she's super dope. I do listen to Ariana Grande as well. One of my all-time favorite artists, Kehlani. I think she's super dope.
Love her.
I think she's super, super dope. And then honestly, I just kind of shuffle. I put my songs on shuffle. Once I listen to certain songs that I really want to listen to from those artists, then I'll just shuffle and just whatever comes. I like listening. Honestly, I also like listening to house music a lot. Because it kind of like hypes me up and it's such happy music, and it makes me happy. And I'm like, yeah, I'm ready.
You're like, I'm ready to go. Get in the zone.
Yeah.
Hey, exactly. You motivate yourself. You listen to your own music, period. That's what we do.
You already know.
I already know. So I know you have a DJ GIO, right? How did you guys get together? How did that partnership come to play? Like, how did you guys meet each other? How did he become your DJ?
It's actually crazy. So while I was with Gager, he reached out to me. And he was like, hey, there's this, and it happened during quarantine. I believe it was last year. And he reached out to me, and he was like, hey, there is this like cipher that's going on Instagram Live with Frankie Needles. And he's bringing people like on his live to showcase music. And You know, he didn't know at the time that it was just hip hop artists. So he was just like, you know, if you feel like you want to showcase, or if you feel like you want to sing, like go live with him and sing, like, you know, do it, you know, but I'm just want to get, you know, give it out to you. So, you know, he's like, I see you working and stuff. So, you know, I just wanted to reach out and let you know. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, send it to me. Yeah. So I ended up doing it. And as I'm like watching the live, I'm like, I don't see any singers here. Nothing. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna shoot my shot. Boop, and I requested to go live. And I ended up going live with Frankie Needles, and he was like, you know, what are you gonna do? And I was like, I don't like rap, but I sing. And then he was like, damn, he goes, well, you better be a good singer, because, you know, they're giving me shit about, you know, bringing in a singer. Like, you know, like I was just like, okay, you know, so I sang, and he was just blown away about everything. And after that, me and GIO just kind of stayed connected, you know, and we started working together more. He started like sending me more like live events and people to network. And, you know, I just started literally just kind of listening to what he's telling me. I'm like, oh, you're sending me here? Cool, I'll do this, you know. And he saw my work ethic, you know, and eventually, you know, we finally got to meet up, and, you know, meet, and, you know, everything just kind of worked out. Eventually, you know, he started, he would request my DJ packs. So I would send him my songs, and then he started playing them a lot. And it just got to the point where we were working together so much that, you know, he was just like, what if I'm just your DJ? I was like, all right, cool, be my DJ, let's do it.
Period. Come join the team, Miss Vicky. Come join the team, you feel me? That's so dope that you guys like just created that bond, you created that friendship, and then like you got something out of it, and like he's your personal DJ now. Like I feel like that's just a dope like experience. When you guys are traveling together, like for the most part, when you guys are traveling, is he always like with you? If you know you have a performance coming up or an event, like is he your go-to, like when you bring him with you, or like how does that work? Or is it only like specific events?
No, so it's any event. Like we just started, because everything's just started opening up again. We've been like slowly starting to move around. So if ever I have an event where I'm gonna perform or I'm gonna showcase my music, I always let him know, and he's there with me. So yeah, he's pretty much my official DJ. Like he goes with me everywhere and everywhere.
That's exciting. So what's the best platforms we can stay tuned and follow you on, Miss Vicky?
Yeah, so for all my music, you can actually find me on all streaming platforms, like any platform you guys have. Social media wise, you guys can definitely check me out on Instagram as Miss Vicky Music. And I mean, I'm not really on Twitter, but I got one. You know, you can find me on all social media platforms, period. But you know, my main one I'd probably just say would be Instagram.
Awesome. And make sure you shout out your TikTok. We want to follow you on TikTok too.
Oh, sure. You can follow my TikTok at Miss Vicky Music as well, man. You can find me on all social media platforms as Miss Vicky Music.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to talk to us. We really appreciate it over here at Alavotre Mag, Miss Vicky. And I'm looking forward to your album coming out soon.
Oh, thank you. No, thank you so much. And thank you so much for having me on here. I super appreciate you guys.
I wish you all the best of luck. Of course.
Thank you.
Have a great one, hon.
All right, you too.
Bye.
Bye.